As gas guzzles through wallets across the nation, people want to know why.
So we're going in depth this morning. And AAA reports the national average for a gallon of regular unleaded is at $5. For Texas, drivers are paying $4.68. And in Corpus Christi, we're paying close to $4.52.
That current Corpus Christi average is actually 3 cents cheaper than just last week when we were paying $4.55 last month. It was $4.13. And get this, a year ago, $2.74, a whole $1.78 cheaper than what we're paying now. And
experts say there are 3 reasons behind the higher prices. First is Russia's invasion of Ukraine. Russia is one of the largest oil exporters globally, and while very little oil for Russia was imported to the U.S. before the war, oil is traded on a global market, which impacts prices worldwide.
Second, China's COVID lockdowns. They helped depress oil prices early this year. And again, because oil is traded globally, we are impacted. Now that those restrictions are easing, demand is rising at a high rate in China, causing a ripple effect around the world.
And thirdly, the supply of oil has been slow to recover from the COVID crash. Production was slashed at a record pace during the pandemic. Barrels of oil have come back online, but gradually. As oil supply returns, the production of gasoline is lagged behind because the U.S. doesn't have enough refineries to produce gas. No new refineries have been built in the U.S. for almost 50 years.
As the classic economic rule says, a surge in demand of something in low supply almost always means a rise in price. Experts predict gas prices will stay high and even go higher until supply and demand come into balance.
And President Biden said he's prepared to, quote, use all reasonable and appropriate tools and emergency authorities to increase refinery capacity and output in the near term. Now, the president is already reportedly considering a gas tax holiday, which suspends gas taxes temporarily.
But energy experts say it's not enough to offset the increasing price of crude oil. And if there's a major hurricane this season that interferes with oil production in the Gulf, analysts say you can expect still higher prices.
Now, CNN is reporting the Energy Department sent an invitation to 7 oil industry executives to meet next week to discuss the high prices of gas. In a letter to companies earlier this week, Biden called for the oil companies to boost gas supply. He slammed the high profits being as unacceptable, especially at a time when families are struggling with those record high prices. In Texas and in Nueces County, drivers typically pay less for a gallon of gas to the national average. Now, according to AAA, Texas is often in the top 10 when it comes to the lowest gas prices. That's due to lower taxes and fees, which get added on top of the price you pay.
When crude oil is expensive, gas prices are probably going to be expensive too. But on top of that, you also have the local taxes and fees, as I said. There's also distribution costs that go into that, promotional costs. And then in Texas, individual retailers set the price based on their own economics that they have within their business.
Now, here's a chart from the U.S. Energy Department breaking down the cost of a gallon of gas. It shows 60% is based on the oil prices. The remaining 40% is a combination of refining costs, distribution costs, and taxes.
You just heard AAA mention retailers set their own gas prices. So we wanted to look into why some stations, even ones right across the street from each other, may have different prices. According to AAA, gas station owners typically set prices to meet profit margin. Location is also a factor. Higher traffic areas might have lower prices because they're bringing in more customers, and multiple gas stations on the same street might create price competition.
So how can you save at the pump? AAA says driving the speed limit could help. Speeding uses more gas, and they also recommend do not leave your vehicle to idle very long and use cruise control while on the highway. And all this to maintain the constant speed, and it's also important to maintain your vehicle and be sure to check your tires regularly. Having them properly inflated can play a big role in gas consumption.
Well, gas costs aren't just hurting the everyday person, it's also delaying those who make special deliveries the community depends on.
And our in-depth coverage continues with Victoria Balderrama, who's joining us now, and she visited a local food bank. Victoria, how are those organizations responding to the gas prices and inflation?
So I visited 2 local food banks. At the Coastal Bend Food Bank, they tell me gas prices have delayed multiple deliveries. There's been a 40% increase in gas expenses for the organization recently. And at Catholic Charities of Corpus Christi, organizers say they have seen a rise in people needing assistance. This year, demand has gone up 58%, and in the past month, there's been a 30% increase, and they tell me it will continue to rise.
They give good stuff out, like ribs and steaks and stuff, but you have to wait in line for a while, but it's worth it.
Kimberly Corkle says she has been going to the Choice Food Pantry at Catholic Charities of Corpus Christi since the beginning of the pandemic. She says she couldn't imagine going anywhere else.
I'm addicted going to the food banks.
The director of Crisis Assistance and Self-Sufficiency, Elma Ortiz, says she has noticed the number of new clients coming through the food pantry. In the month of May, there was over 450 new clients compared to May of 2021. Now the goal is to keep up with demand.
It's going to get, a lot busier. So we're constantly looking to see where we can get food from, where we might get donations from, where can we order that'll be here right away.
Ortiz says she calls Coastal Bend Food Bank for help. A call Robert Morales, the development coordinator, will answer.
It's a little over 960,000 meals that have been provided to our Coastal Bend region.
Morales adds to meet the demand, the Coastal Bend Food Bank is always looking for more resources so they can provide not only food, but nutrition to all. Now, the Coastal Bend Food Bank says regardless of gas prices, drivers are dropping off food in the 11 county service area. Reporting in the studio, Victoria Valderrama, KRIS 6 Sunrise.
And to keep from breaking the bank, some people are switching from 4 wheels to 2 wheels.
Cordero McMurray takes us to Bay Area bicycles, where business is booming from people looking to get a new set of wheels.
The gas prices are definitely affecting people.
As Americans continue to find ways to save fuel, one alternative they're turning to is a bike. Eric Esparzo works at Bay Area Bicycle. He says he's been riding his bike to work due to the high fuel prices, and the added health benefits are a plus.
I have a 6-mile trek from here to Ray High School, and I've been riding continuously for the last 3 months to work.
Sherry Bryan cycles on a regular basis. She tells us she's now using her bike to run quick errands.
Well, going to a quick dollar store around the corner within the subdivision.
Customers aren't just buying and fixing their old bikes, but are looking into electric options.
80% increase on people walking in the door just asking for e-bikes, whether it's for health, gas, and et cetera, any other, issues.
Esparza says you can cover up to 3 times more ground on e-bikes than you would pedaling on a bicycle. He tells us it's hard for them to keep an e-bike in stock because of supply issues. Mari Marlowe owns the shop. She says people are looking for ways to save a few bucks on fuel.
The gas prices are definitely affecting people, so they're getting out on their bikes more, or walking or running more, just anything to get around that.
Reporting in Corpus Christi, I'm Cordero McMurray, KRIS 6 Sunrise.
Well, then there's the Fed's latest interest rate hike.
And it's already impacting investors, savers, and borrowers. And getting a mortgage right now, or a car loan, or even a credit card, it's more expensive today than it was on Monday. Mortgage rates just had their biggest one-week jump in 35 years. The average rate for a 30-year fixed mortgage is 5.78%. The average monthly payments for new and used cars are now at their highest levels on record. Experts say with rising interest rates, try to pay down your debt as quickly as possible, especially if they have a variable interest rate.
There are some things we just can't live without, like food and with gas. If there's one area where perhaps you could have some strength or influence, it's on anything involving credit, like your credit card bills. Your credit card rates are going to be going higher. If you can take care of that now, do so. It's not something that you want to have linger, especially with the potential of more interest rate hikes to come.
And almost every major 401k has lost 10% or more of its value since the beginning of the year. Many analysts say to look at what's available, but don't make any major decisions based on panic.
We wouldn't recommend folks look to the market with something like a 12-month time horizon, right? We want folks who are investing to be able to commit money to the market that they know they can commit for at least 3 to 5 years, if not longer.
Federal leaders say that the goal of the interest rate hikes is to stop inflation, but it won't happen immediately. Some projections show inflation not returning to normal until 2024.
And rising food and energy costs are even forcing people to go hungry. A study by the BBC found 56% of people bought fewer groceries. The same percentage reported skipping meals altogether. 81% of people in the survey said they're also worried about the rising cost of living. More than half reported they would try to work more hours to make up the difference.
So let's get back to our poll. Earlier, we asked you if the rising gas prices and inflation are changing folks' Father's Day weekend plans.
Yeah, maybe you planned a road trip and not anymore. Well, 85% of people said yes, the inflation and high prices are changing their weekend plans. 15% said no. Thanks so much for participating in this survey.